Hello, people. Little progress update. Wanted to go over the headlights on this thing. Um, Back when I first got it, they was really hazy. Uh, where is the headlights? What did I do with them? They might be in here. Yes. Uh, Now, when I started on these, it was really, hazy real bad. And in fact, I'll post a photo of back when I first got this thing in the video. But they was really bad. Um, they're not so bad now. At least you can see through them. And I'm gonna have to do them again. This is about a year later. I don't know what somebody was thinking, but as I was cleaning them, it's like they had automotive clear coat paint on the lenses. So it was a mess. And there's the other one. Can't quite see through it near as much. Looks like there's some primer splashing on it. But I guess that would go along with the territory, considering, well, yeah, I'm going to have a lot of cleanup to do. What I used was McGuire's. McGuire's headlight restoration kit. Now, these headlights were so bad, I literally had to wet sand them. This was not cutting through the automotive clear coat that was on the plastic. So, after I got finished, I put this on, and it cleared them up real nice. But, folks, I can tell you, once you have to do this, you're going to be doing it at least once a year. With this being an older model car, yeah, it's got the halogen bulbs in it, but they are nowhere near the performance of the new age stuff. They're not even close. In fact, this car is, well, I don't like driving it at night. Now, as far as what damage I've had to repair, there's a crack here. These aren't quite done yet. I can't even see that other. Oh, yeah, passenger side. Now, as you can see, there's a crack all along here, a big round spot. Somebody had already did this. They just didn't finish the job. And it started spiderweb cracking down here, across here, and across here. And spider went racing across. But I'm almost finished. It's right in here. One of those cracks runs clean up to here. What I'm using is the JB Weld plastic bonder and my Ryobi Dremel style tool. Let's see, the other brake. This one, the nose piece was broken right here, completely across. As you can see, I've got it taped. I haven't peeled the tape off of that yet. But the finished product, not necessarily finished. I do have to wet sand these to smooth them down, and they'll just about be ready for paint. And it looks like I need to do another primer recoat on the corners. The bumper, it was bad. Now I'm taking my time with this, I'm not in a hurry. The bumper was pretty bad. Looks like I'm going to have to top coat this again. There's a dip right there. But this is the bottom. And on the inside of it, as you can see, it was kind of large. But the bumper, I'm going to try and have ready for paint this weekend. The bumper, 2 fenders, and the 2 front door panels is what I'm planning on having painted this weekend. Got some rough ridges right there. I'll have to fill that in with primer. Wasn't really sure which way to go with this because of the bumper and the plastic material. So watching a lot of YouTube videos on painting plastic and what have you. And what I've come down to is adhesion promoter. What a lot of pro shops use is adhesion promoter and also primer sealer for plastics. But I've also got the Rust-Oleum universal bonding primer. That's made direct to go on plastic. That door panel, the passenger side panel, and both back doors are raw plastic. The paint is gone. Majority of the paint on the passenger side doors is, well, it's completely gone. I scraped at it, and you can see the line right in here. Now that wanted to stick, so I just left it alone and sanded it down. I did some light primer spraying to kind of cover over some edges, kind of pre-treat it. And what else? That's about it. But today I am going to finish these 2 up and have them almost ready to paint. I'll just have to do some pre-cleaning and spray them. The bumper, planning on having it primed, and the 2 door panels primed and all that ready to paint. I wanted to do the door panels because of me not taking them off the car. I need to do those and work my way forward so I don't have to mask any more off. So that's an update on the Saturn. And by the way, any of you that's going to be painting plastic, don't know if you can see that or not, but it is wrinkled up. And what I did here, I had to sand it down some more because some of the crack was showing, so I sanded it down and over sanded so some of the plastic was actually showing. I went over it with this, and it caused the primer, because it went over top of the primer, it caused the primer to lift. So if there's a question out there, can I spray adhesion promoter over top of primer? You may not want to do that while it's still fairly fresh and only a couple hours old, because that's how long I waited. The primer was a couple hours old. I've got a spot here that lifted up, and I had another spot here. Where'd it go? I've got a spot I need to fill in right here, but I had two spots that lifted up. Okay, anyway, Um, I'll have to sand that down and try not to go through it. Coat the whole thing with primer again, and do another coat of primer on that fender. It's still kind of light in some spots. I think I've only got maybe 2 coats on that panel. That's it. That's progress I made. And also about the headlights. So if anybody's curious about what they can use to clear up their plastic faded headlights, the McGuire's restoration kit does work. It does take some elbow grease, and if they're really bad, you may have to dig out some 400 grit sandpaper and wet sand the plastic down to get the old coating off. That clears them up. And then the coating that comes with the McGuire's kit just UV protects them, but it only lasts about a year or so. That's all. So it'll be a once a year thing to do. It's definitely not permanent. So there's the update on progress. Still got a good reflection going on. The paint's had about a week to cure, and as you can see, there's a streak right here. That's a light streak, and what I'm actually going for is a 20-footer car. Hey, you're standing 20 feet back, the car looks really nice. That's good with me. Light streak, and also in that is a rough spot, but you know, it does have dirt in it, and I don't really care, but it'll look a lot better than what it did. I'll do some more updates at another time on this thing when I get farther along. Oh, one other thing. The fender wells had nothing. No type of plastics in it whatsoever. And, well, I got both of them. Left and right, plus the engine splash guard for both sides, because both of those pieces were completely missing. Which means when the wheels are spinning, water is splashing inside the door jamb, and apparently it had been doing that for so long it rusted out down here. So I'm gonna have to, that's still good solid metal, I'll have to clean that and spray it. What I'm gonna spray it with, I don't know. I might just use Rust-Oleum black. I've got some in the house. It's not an exposed section, so I am definitely not into painting this whole entire car frame. That's way too much. I'm just going after the exterior appearance. I may not even do the door jambs on the inside. Haven't quite made up my mind. I've only got a gallon to work with. As you can see, the door jambs are factory black. That is metal. But mainly I'm focused on the exposed. This paint for a gallon kit was $267, and I bought it in a town that's 2.5 hours away from here. So if I have to get more just to make sure that it matches, I'd be best off to get it from them. And that's kind of far to drive. So saving paint as much as possible to cover everything that I need to cover is going to be very critical. But I'm definitely making sure I'm getting 3 coats on everything. So that's an update. Until next time, you have a good one.